Welcome, everybody, back to What I Read, which is what we read or what you read, depending on if you sent us these stories. Basically, we look through Reddit, we look through the news and trending topics and go over some things that we think are interesting that maybe you'll think are interesting. Normally, it's things that I find that I want to tell you guys about because I'm just curious what you want to tell me about it. And as always, I have Chris and Shawn P., the master of snacks and scrutiny himself over there. So I do want to start this story today with bear murder. So, okay. As we do often start What I Read, this is the Bear Murder Podcast. In mid-October, a man called police in eastern Tennessee claiming a bear had chased him off a cliff. But authorities arrived on the scene to find the body of a different man, sparking a multi-state manhunt for the caller that ended with his arrest on murder charges this weekend. Authorities say Nicholas Wayne Hamlet, 45, befriended and lured his victim into a wooded area to take both his life and identity. Hamlet, who was using an alias at the time, has a lengthy criminal history, was already wanted in Alabama for parole violation. Holy Lord. So this man, he called in and said that a bear was chasing him off a cliff. That is how the 911 call came in. But what he was doing was setting it up to pretend that he was this other guy. Or that this other guy was him. So
wait,
he could then steal his identity.
If he was stealing the other guy's identity, I feel like he did that backwards.
Well, so he called saying like that a bear was chasing him. So he killed the other dude to fake, like to steal his identity and pretend that that dude was him. The dude that died.
So did he call and say that
as himself?
See, that's where he messed up. He should have called and said it was that guy.
He called as himself because he wanted them to think that's who died. He wanted them to think he was dying, and then he was going to live his life as the other guy.
So did he plant like his?
I don't think he thought it out other than making a phone call.
100%.
That was the whole thing.
How would you? Yeah.
Unbearable information.
I can barely contain myself.
You know what?
He did the bare minimum when it came to what he needed to do.
He bared down and he took care of that guy. Unfortunately, he didn't bear down in his studies because you gotta be smarter than that if you're gonna kill someone and make it think it's you. Like he instantly check teeth and fingerprints, and they already know it's not you.
Have you thought about this, Shawn P?
Well, Shawn, I think if you were to murder anyone, it would be one of the other people in this podcast, and it's not me, and they are a ginger. So, Chris, let's get back to the bare bones of this show, which is, am I the asshole? Okay?
The bear is definitely the asshole.
The bare necessities. Actually, the bear didn't do anything wrong. If anything, he wasn't even a part of it. They blamed an innocent bear. They blamed an innocent bear. Yogi just out there eating his picnic baskets.
That's my question, though. Was there a bear around?
I don't think
there was no bear at all.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
no bear.
No bear.
Nah, bears.
No bear.
The only time I'm bears when I get out of the shower. Hey-o, nudity.
I gotta cut that out. It's like a clip. Just, hey-o, nudity. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor her baby looks like Jeff Bezos? My neighbor had a baby and everybody was saying how cute he is. I jokingly said he looks kind of like a tiny Jeff Bezos. She got mad and said I was being rude, but like, he's bald, he's serious, and I swear he's plotting world domination. She told me never to compare her baby to a billionaire again. I agreed, but Elon Musk would have been worse, right? Like, this is kind of a joke in my opinion, but people said that they're the asshole.
No,
I
make jokes all the
time. I feel we're going to get it at something as a curveball swung at us here of saying, by the way, the baby has a terminal disease. But
so a lot of people are saying you're the asshole, but if you're the asshole, so am I. Like, a lot of people are kind of laughing along with it, but they're saying they're an asshole. But I don't even think it's that bad.
No, so my nephew just had a baby like a few days ago, right?
What billionaire does it look like?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
It looks like a little old man, okay? So I said, congrats on bringing a tiny alien into this world.
Oh,
and
Lord.
if that guy's an asshole, I'm a bigger asshole because I called it an alien.
I feel like that's worse. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that's worse.
Like...
I think the fact that she, one, got offended, and two, said don't compare my baby to a billionaire. She's a certain type of individual that wouldn't enjoy being around me. I know that because I like to make jokes. And I don't think they're gonna like them.
Well, I was gonna say that's just such a weird line to draw.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
and Jeff Bezos is not a bad looking dude.
I don't know what he looks like.
I could imagine a baby looking like Jeff Bezos.
I can see Jeff Bezos.
No, Elon Musk
making an attractive baby.
If they would have said Elon Musk, 100% would have been worse. I would be offended if somebody told me my baby looked like a tiny Elon Musk. I'd be like, all right, we're fighting.
This is not a political podcast.
Like Elon Musk's personality, or
his face, bro. Have you seen his face?
I know. Also, you're not an Elon Musk fan. In general.
But I'm not. But we're not going off of like the character personality. I'm not a Jeff Bezos fan per se, but like
I love Amazon. Okay, I don't have a Tesla.
I do a lot of shopping on Amazon.
I know someone who put a down payment down to the Tesla truck, and when he found out that Musk supported Trump,
not called the Tesla truck. It's not called the Tesla truck.
Cybertruck.
Apparently, people get mad if you say Tesla truck.
Yeah, because
that's a thing.
Anyway, he took his down payment away. The main reason, I think, was because Musk supported Trump. I'm like, that's why you're not going to buy the truck?
That's stupid. Like, any billionaire is going to support Trump because that's just how it is. Like, you got money, you support the man who's got money. For the most part.
I don't know. We can go around with that one because there's different sides. Yeah. Do we need to start a Viewcount political podcast? I feel like we would have some arguments. I feel like we would have some arguments.
We ain't got Trudeau anymore, so I'm okay.
Okay. So moving on, that was just a quick and easy, fast one that I figured. I thought that was just kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
But going into another one that is involving someone and their child. Am I the asshole? My husband wants to take our 7-year-old on a cruise while I stay at home with our 2-year-old and newborn. I don't know how I should feel about this, but I know I don't want it to happen. My husband always guilt trips me about not traveling whenever I have young babies, but whenever we travel, childcare is always all me while he gets to sleep on the plane, read, relax, etc. So I just stop agreeing to go at all unless it's actually fun for me. He told our oldest he's taking her on a cruise, and it's just assumed that I am fine with it. It makes me extremely sad, to be honest. And he offered to take the 2-year-old, but I'm like, wow, somehow that's even worse. And I don't trust that he will watch him well enough. I'd worry the entire time since he can't even babysit in our apartment without something happening like a huge mess or walking out the front door alone. Imagine that on a cruise. His family is saying I'm boring and never let the kids have fun, etc. They also expect me to play nanny, and I never get a break at holidays or trips with them. I feel on the whole unsupported to such an extent that I am imprisoned in my home until this baby gets older. I feel like a married single mom, yet the narrative says I need to accept my lot as a mom and let everyone else have fun while I watch from the couch.
Okay, so first of all, before we even get into this, he's the husband and the father and babysit? No.
Yeah, fathers the term babysit isn't. Yeah.
Father's father.
Well, she did put babysit in quotes. I guess I should say, but
okay, all right.
Yeah, she did put babysit in quotations.
But no, she's not at all. He needs
him
to start
and his
pulling
family.
his weight.
Him and his family are assholes. Oh my god.
It's like he doesn't do anything with the kids in travel, like sleeping on. No, you are the father. You created this kid. You need to also pull your weight and be involved. It's a parent's situation.
Yep.
So there's two sides of the argument. One, yes, he needs to be more involved. He needs to be taking care of the kids. He needs to be pulling his weight. He needs to be doing one half of the load, as they say, while you're taking care of the kids. Do whatever you got to do. But on the other hand, I took trips with my dad. It was just me and my dad. And I thought that was cool. We used to go to like Michigan and see family and stuff like that.
Did your dad take care of you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's why I say there's two sides of the story as far as like one, yes. So I wonder, would she then think it's okay if typically he were to be more involved in the childcare?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it sounds like the biggest issue is that he's not active, when he does take care of the kids like that, something goes wrong or it's not being done, as it should be. I don't know what the standards that she holds for her household. Maybe they're super high. Maybe it's not at all. I can honestly say that I've taken trips with my kids, without my kids. I don't ever expect like I'm doing this and you can't, like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with solo trips with your parents if you want to do that. I've done that too growing up, but both my parents were very involved parents, and I turned out to be an amazing human being. So
I agree. You are an amazing human
Thank you.
being.
Thank you. Okay, all right, just the one he is. But yeah, no, I just didn't like. I don't like him sleeping on the plane while she does everything. No,
yeah.
like you got 3 kids, friggin' pull your weight, homie.
I like with that, like I definitely get her not wanting to travel, because why spend all that money to take a trip where you don't get to enjoy anything? Like maybe if maybe if he steps up more and does more and helps during the trips and stuff too, like share the load, like you said, like then she'd be more inclined to travel more,
Absolutely.
and he wouldn't have to do these like solo trips with the kids. Like I don't know.
She
It
said she
sounds
feels
like it's not just the travel though, because it sounds like just
It's
even at home,
too.
it's such like a huge thing.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, just traveling with kids in general, like a 2-year-old and a newborn, not even counting the 7-year-old, like already would have to be pretty daunting. You know what I mean? To be able to manage that and deal with that travel. But then if this is something that's occurring at home all the time, this is like a constant problem where you're having to worry about being, she said she feels like a married single mom. Like that's got to be a rough situation in general. I definitely don't think she's the asshole at all in this. Now, if she were to say they were both co-parenting very well and he takes care of the kids and he pulls his share, but she just doesn't want him to go on a vacation to have like,
Then I'd feel like she's the asshole.
I feel like there'd be a little different. So it's almost like I need slightly more information on her mindset, but from what's been given to us, I don't think she's the asshole at all. And I definitely think he's the asshole if he's not taking care of his kids.
Yeah. 100%.
Agree, Shawn?
Like I think 4,000%. She says she's a slave in her own home and that she feels like a nanny on trips. I feel bad for her.
And the fact that this guy's family is telling her she's boring and this and that, like that means that this man comes from being heavily babied throughout his whole life. His family are a bunch of enablers. So that to me gives me the information I need, because like that right there sets it up to where it's like they believe that, she should hold down that role of being the primary caregiver for whatever reason. They're also the same kind of family that if he were to cheat, his family would blame her. Just saying.
Oh,
find a reason to say like, oh, it's because she did X, Y, Z, or
like, hey, come home. We got your old girlfriend from high school is coming to say hi.
And he totally would go. You piece of shit.
We're mad at you, Gerald, if that's your name. That's not even a name.
Why is that the name you picked? Why is that the name you picked?
I just finished.
Is that like Gary and Gerald?
Yeah.
They just combined? Okay.
Yeah.
So
still spelled like Gerald.
Going from one story about travel over to a recent news story that I saw. So a U.S. citizen was denied entry into Poland because they wrote in their passport book. So apparently what they were doing is, so do you guys have passport books? You guys travel at all? So like they stamp your passport book, right? Like whenever you go into a new port of entry or you go to whatever, you go to a new airport. She was like writing the information about the airport, like under the stamp, like the name of the airport, like whatever the location. And apparently you're not allowed to do that. And a lot of, the people that deal with this security, or I don't know what TSA is in other countries, but that group, they don't allow you to fly if you have, because it's considered like, a defaced or potentially fraudulent documentation.
Unfortunately, the rules are there. And if you go to do your traveling and you don't follow the rules to a T, especially something as important as airport security, you gotta kind of go with what they give you. It sucks. Like I agree, there are some people who are a little more lax about it, but unfortunately, Poland, I guess, is not.
And it's just one of those things that you know the risk you're taking.
I would see, like, I wouldn't have even thought that's a thing. I don't do it. You know, like, I haven't done it with mine.
We all keep
but, like,
everything in our
I wouldn't
phones.
think about it that would be a problem. I wouldn't think I would get stopped from going to a country because of it.
Do we know how old this person is?
So, unidentified passenger, so no.
Because I feel like age plays a big part in it, because for people like us, you know, we're not the youngest, but we're a younger generation. We all use our phones, right? Like my flight, everything, trip everything is in the palm of my hands. I don't need to write
Yeah, but
anywhere.
I think it's a keepsake type thing. They're writing the airport and stuff in there as like a memory. Like that's how I took it.
Which makes me think it's probably an older person too.
Buy a keychain.
Potentially.
Buy a keychain.
Yeah,
that's
buy
all.
a keychain.
But and it sucks because
I get the mindset. I get the mindset of what they're trying to do.
But not everyone goes online and looks up every single rule, right? So it sucks. It really sucks for the person. I feel bad, but like,
it is what it is.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was kind of wild. Like, you know, just getting denied entry to a country because you wrote in your passport. Like, because passports aren't that cheap either. And, like, it's a whole process to get one, too. So I wonder if they have to get a whole new passport book now.
Dude, I still don't have my passport.
Friend of mine...
I said, I still don't have my passport.
A friend of mine lost his passport. And then we both... And the closest city to get it... He needed to get it rushed to him. So we drove 5 hours. He went to the passport office in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Shout out Edmonton.
They gave him his new passport. He came, and I think they made it there that day, or they sent it to him in the mail like a week later. He came back, and a week later, he was cleaning up his room, and he found his passport that he lost.
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah. It like fell in a box on the side of his bureau, or
don't they both have the same passport number, right? Or no?
No, I think it's
isn't that like an
different
ID
documents.
Number?
So it's like, I don't know with the book. I have the card too, so I don't know.
I have the book, and you can get like a 10-year, a 5-year, or 10-year one or whatever.
I have a 10-year book, and then the card you can use to go to like Mexico or Canada and stuff like that. That's what I use my card for.
Use it when you come out and visit.
No. It's still good. I think I have another year or 2 on it, so I'll have to make good use of it. When I was a kid, you didn't have to. I think it was like 9/11 or something is when you had to start having documentation. You used to just be able to go to Canada. Back in my day, when I was a little kid,
crossed the border
we used to go.
Though, with just a driver's license.
Okay. Yeah, when I was a kid, you didn't have to have anything. You could just go back and forth.
I was like, I'm pretty sure... I've heard the same for Mexico. Like, if you're an American citizen and you have like, you'd have to have your birth certificate with you if you don't have your passport. But if you have your ID and birth certificate, who carries around their birth certificate? I have mine. I
used to until someone scared me that my like wallet was gonna get stolen, and then somebody would have my ID and my birth certificate.
Did you
and all my
have
other
it
stuff.
folded up in your wallet?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
When you go to Mexico, you bring your wallet.
Evidently you can, because I did it for many years.
That was gold. You guys missed the golden one.
What'd you say?
What?
So when you go across the border in Mexico, you had to bring your wallet.
Yeah, I'm so glad we went back for that one. Okay, moving from that cheesy joke onto the story I was going to tell later. 63-year-old man arrested in the UK for a cheese heist.
Nigel.
Where imposters stole $389,000 worth of cheddar.
I read something about this the other day.
Authorities in London have arrested a 63-year-old man in connection with the cheese heist of 2024, which tens of thousands of pounds of high-value cheddar were stolen from a major distributor. London-based retailer and cheesemaker Neal's Yard Dairy said it learned on Wednesday that a suspect was in custody.
I have friends that work in what do you call it? Undercover grocery store cops. I forget what it's called. What is this? There's an actual term.
Or they've caught you eating as you walk through the store. Like,
hey, they became friends.
Grapes are free. Grapes are free.
Friends become enemies. Enemies become friends.
But the full
it's a tale of 2 cities.
Anyway, theft and vandalism, whatever.
Loss
cheese
prevention.
Is one of the more popular ones that people steal. Like, I've heard
it's expensive.
Before.
Well, like not stealing Kraft singles, you know. But if you look at it like those wheels of cheese and stuff, like the actual like artisan cheeses are crazy expensive.
I'm a cheddar guy, bro. Provolone on a good day. What?
But like, I saw some dude. Wait, was he in Italy or something? He was trying to buy like a wheel of Parmesan, and they refused to sell it to him. But it's like sometimes it's like thousands of dollars or whatever to buy like a full wheel.
Yeah,
it's kind of nuts.
It's wild. That's a wild story. It's not a cheesy story. It's I don't know what to say with that one. Like I love cheese, so I'm
you gotta
okay
be sharper than that, Shawn.
Hey, looks like they made away with.
You had a little bit of a mild response there.
That was a Gouda one. Can we go back to the Camembert story? We need to think about cheese.
That was a shout out not only to the cheese story, but back to the bear story. I just need to give him his props on that.
Thank you.
He threw it out there, connected. I don't know if that went over a lot of people's heads.
Not your ordinary jokester right here. Not your ordinary jokester.
My God. Okay. So that's why I had to throw the cheese story in there, because I knew at some point you guys would say something cheesy, and then I'd be able to segue into a story about stolen cheese.
Oh, well played. Well played.
You know, I try to plan things out. I try to be a decent host. Speaking of cheesy stories, and something that we are known to talk about quite a bit on Scaranoia, Viewcount's horror and conspiracy podcast featuring myself, Hugz, Chris, he's just, and our friend Jared, who is not Shawn. We talk about horror and conspiracy theories. One of the conspiracy theories that comes up most often is like Illuminati, different things like that, or Big Gamble, who continuously tries to silence some of us. But
dude, they're coming after me now.
Taylor Swift is commonly a theme, okay?
Oh, very much so.
So this is an Am I Overreacting about my wife going to Taylor Swift but not letting me go to an NBA game. All right, so here's the situation. Last year, my wife went to see Taylor Swift on her tour in Vancouver. She's a huge fan, and I get it. It was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Tickets ended up costing $3,000, which I paid for without hesitation because I wanted her to have that experience. She had an amazing time, which obviously you would. Come on. And honestly, I was happy she got to go. Fast forward to now, I've had a little luck recently and won a decent amount of money on a sports bet. I'm a massive basketball fan, and I've always dreamed of sitting courtside at a Lakers game. Tickets are a little more than what we spent on her concert, probably around $3,500, but I figured it's my money and it's something I'd really enjoy. When I brought it up to her, she wasn't on board. She said it's a waste of money and that it's too much to spend on one night. I reminded her about the Taylor Swift tickets and how I didn't say a word about the cost back then, but she says that was different because it was her favorite artist and concerts are more meaningful than sports. I'm not trying to be petty, but it feels unfair. I don't spend much money on myself, and this would be a dream come true for me. Plus, the money I'd use is from the sports bet I won, so it's not like it's coming out of our regular budget. She thinks it's irresponsible, but to me, it feels like she's dismissing what matters to me. Am I overreacting for being upset about this?
No. When he said that he bought $3,000 tickets for her to see Taylor Swift and didn't even bat an eye at it, I knew this man had a little bit of money. She's going to complain about free money. The house money, right? Like it's the house's money because it's off a sports bet.
I have my opinions on that. I don't like the fact that he said, this is my money, so I can, like, I feel like I'm at least the type of person, if I'm in a relationship or I'm whatever, like, you know, and if you're married, whatever, it's our money.
Married, yeah.
Like, it's still married? Like a decision, you know, between them. He says my wife, so I would guess so. If I had to educate a guess.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm the type of person, like, if, like, I'm on his, like, area
I'm on
where
his wavelength, I just didn't like that phrase.
That phrase, no, but at the same time, me subconsciously, I'm not asking you because I genuinely want to ask you. I'm asking you as a formality because I'm going to do it. Like, it's fucked up, right? But it's like he said, it's money that he won off of a sports bet. It's not coming out of their everyday budget. He spent all that money on her. Concerts are not I wouldn't say it depends. Okay, it depends on the person.
How much did he spend on the bet to win that? And was that money out of the regular budget for his bet?
Here's the thing. Your parents give you an allowance. You go out and you end up making a little money off that allowance. I know you got to share your money in a wedding, in a marriage or whatever, and I'm 100% pro that. But there's like little offsides. And so if he took that and bet it and made a little bit of money, then that's kind of spending money for himself. He can spend it on her if he wants, because he clearly loves her and done it before. I don't think I'm the comment. Maybe it's my money. I don't know. I think I might disagree a little on that.
Poor taste.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know that actually.
I mean, say how you feel. If that's how you feel, it's how you feel. Don't let us sway you.
No. I'm not gonna let no one sway me.
It'd be difficult.
I am probably a part of the paranoia. What do you call it? Scaranoia. Well, I was gonna say paranoia, but conspiracy part of scaranoia. With Taylor Swift, I got some theories.
We need to get you on that show.
Yeah, we need to get Shawn on the show. But also,
here's my thing. I was just gonna say, let me say this, because we keep saying, oh, it's his money. Oh, it's like side, like you said, like, you know, it's like allowance, and if he made extra money. But he's even acting like $3,000 was a lot. So $3,500 must still be a lot of money if it's like such a thing. You know what I mean? It's not like they're billionaires. You get what I'm saying?
But her response to him, that like
dismissive,
very dismissive, because it's to see her favorite artists and concerts are more meaningful than sports. Maybe not to him. Maybe the Lakers to him are what Taylor Swift is to her.
100% what it is. He said that. And I am a music lover and I'm a sports fanatic. So both that together, I was like,
what if Taylor Swift was playing for the Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, then she'd want to go. But here's my thing.
I would pay $6,000 to see my favorite music artist in a.
I just want to point out, I guarantee you that with his, I've looked at tickets for popular artists, right? $3,000 didn't get her front row at a Taylor Swift concert. It might have got her floor, did not get her front row. $3,500 is getting him courtside to the Lakers, bro. Like
LeBron could sit on his lap,
dude. You might see. No, that's not a good comparison. It's
what,
another
in the
fellow
Diddy
Canadian
party?
who enjoys basketball.
I was like, what? Oh. Yeah, all right. Well,
he might be there.
Never know. Is it a Raptors game? Okay. So anyway, I don't think he's overreacting. She was way too dismissive. Like the stuff I'm hung up on really is very little to do with anything else, but it does lead to questions to me of like, how does he act about money in the relationship in general? Yeah. But she shouldn't be dismissive, because that goes beyond money to me. That's like, she doesn't care about his feelings. She doesn't care about his emotions. She doesn't care about what his desires, his passions. That is what I think is wrong.
What are people saying on there? Like, I kind of want to know, like, a poll of.
You aren't missing anything, but the double standard there is wild. Okay, double standard. Yeah, a lot of people are just saying double standard, not overreacting. Go sit courtside and don't take her.
He should end the relationship. I
don't think he was taking her anyway.
As someone who loves Taylor Swift and absolutely does not understand the hype about sports, I will say you are not overreacting and your wife is unfair.
I would say end the relationship swiftly.
Oh, snap. But that's his wife. You're telling him to get divorced because she doesn't want him to go to a basketball game?
Yeah, like,
dang, bro. All right.
It's courtside Lakers, man.
Sheesh.
The thing Shawnee P would do to sit courtside at a Lakers game.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh, I thought he said Shaq Nicholson.
I don't even know what's happening. Hey, man. Anything to see Bronny, right?
Yes, you're right.
That's right.
Hey, man, who knows? Him sitting courtside at that game might give them the motivation to, like, go on an absolute run throughout the season.
So moving on to the next story.
Talk about dismissive.
I was a little dismissive on that, but I do feel like it was more granted than her saying, don't go to a Lakers game. But this is another one that has to do with a married couple and kind of a weird story. And I'm also just curious about your general opinion of this thing.
Marriage?
Yeah, no. Am I the asshole for eating a to-go croissant at the coffee shop? Okay. My wife and I were out running errands. We stopped to get a coffee and a snack. We both order a coffee from the barista who comes around to take coffee orders. I then go up to order a croissant from the bread counter. Upon ordering, I'm informed that there's a $2 surcharge for eating here. I decline this and say takeaway is fine. I return to the table, the coffee has arrived, and my wife has ordered some food as well. She ordered an egg salad sandwich, and I tell her about the silly $2 surcharge on a $3 croissant. I put my croissant in my jacket pocket. I just keep thinking of Jimmy Neutron every time I think croissant. I put my croissant in my jacket pocket to eat later as we walk to the next shop. When her egg salad sandwich arrives, I can tell she doesn't want to eat alone, so I take out the croissant and I eat with her. Then she goes quiet, doesn't say another word till we leave. Outside, she proceeds to tell me how upset she is by what I ordered and I should have paid the extra. This is obviously a bit of a surprise to me. Instead of escalating things, we both decided it's best to go separate ways and she decides to go home. Am I the asshole?
No.
So the way I look at it, he knew she was ordering something that she was probably going to eat there. If she's getting an egg salad sandwich and she's like planning to eat there.
What's throwing me off is that she was upset not only with him not paying the surcharge, but with what he ordered. So is it because he got the croissant?
I'm sorry. I've ruined this whole story.
Does she have a problem with French pastries?
She may. Maybe she is biased against the French. So what the people have said is that everyone sucks in this scenario. Yeah, that it's an everyone sucks.
Even the fucking coffee shop sucks.
Well, honestly,
that was my question.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty messed up. $2 just to eat somewhere?
$2 for a $3 croissant?
But it's not $2 for the croissant, okay? It's $2 just to eat there.
Yeah.
Like,
so
have you ever had that? Like, even when I go to airports and stuff, when you go to, like, airport restaurants, which everything's notoriously crazy, they don't charge a surcharge just to eat at a restaurant. Like, that's kind of wild.
Is this some sort of famous restaurant? Is this the most famous croissant restaurant in all of wherever this guy's from?
I've gone to like fancy restaurants and stuff in like LA and like different countries and never had to pay a surcharge.
Yeah.
To eat at a place. Like, that's what I think is wild. I'm like, where is he eating at? That it's like,
I think the worst person in this situation is the restaurant.
Is the coffee shop.
Coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother just wants a
coffee shop's the worst.
Brother just wants a croissant.
Just a croissant. Just wants a little bit of croissant.
But everyone's kind of overreacted a little. Like, whatever. It's $2. It does bug me that he was going to pay $3 for the croissant. And the $2 is almost the same amount of money. So I can kind of see where he's coming from. It is frustrating.
But if he knew she was going to eat there, she was also getting food because she's getting an egg salad sandwich.
I also want to point out, I'm kind of disturbed that he put it in his pocket.
A croissant?
Like, croissants are made for pockets.
Croissant seems like pocket food.
In English, croissant means pocket pastry. You didn't know this?
Yeah, it does, actually.
You didn't know this?
I don't care. Don't, like, unless it's, like, wrapped bag of candy, even then, I don't know. Man,
so candy you can put in your pocket, but not a croissant.
The croissant might have been...
Not a croissant?
The croissant might have been in a bag, and he put the bag in his pocket. Little bag.
Not a croissant.
He said to-go container, so I'm envisioning him taking it out of it and just being like...
Did he say to-go container?
I thought he did.
You said it was to-go.
Oh,
that he was doing takeaway.
Probably in a bag then, so maybe
I imagine it was just like when you get something at Starbucks, they put like a little napkin on it in a bag.
Straight up want an egg salad sandwich right now, though.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever ordered food from a Starbucks in my life.
Egg salads, I get cake pops. There. Cake pops are super good.
Their breakfast croissants are good there too.
Yeah, they have croissants.
Starbucks, they got some decent food, yeah.
But their cake pops, phenomenal, next level.
Oh yeah.
I hate cake pops so much. I've had them. Yeah. They're too sugary for me. Like,
they are sugary, but if you get like the store-bought ones. They're not
I don't
good.
like
What
too
kind
much
of
sugar. I
coffee
don't
do you
like
get from
too much
Starbucks?
What
do you get from Starbucks?
I get a mocha.
Like a white chocolate mocha?
White chocolate mocha, yes.
Double pump, triple sprinkle, 4 knock.
I get a white chocolate mocha with 2 extra shots of espresso.
It's too sugary, but as I drink my white chocolate mocha.
There's a difference, okay? The coffee tastes like coffee, but the cake pops just taste like sugar. It's the taste for me. It's not that there is too much sugar.
The coffee tastes like coffee. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Just eat the damn croissant.
Tastes like
croissant. Okay. We're talking about eating the croissant.
They are not assholes.
No.
The coffee shop is the asshole.
Yeah.
I get her being a little miffed. I don't know about having to like ruin your whole day over it and her go home.
That's overreacting.
It's like she had sour eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sour grapes. Never mind.
Sour grapes.
The guy's got to walk on eggshells around it. There we go.
Yeah.
I think he really scrambled her eggs with that one.
Really, the $2 surcharge seemed to make him sourdough.
Okay. All right. Cookies.
Bro, speaking of, to end the show, okay, someone was telling me before, and I'm very curious if you've ever had this before. Have you ever had a sourdough cookie? I didn't know that was a thing.
No, I don't think. We have old-fashioned sour cream glazed donuts at Tim Hortons.
Sour cream, like, because I think like Danishes, like there's like, I've seen like sour cream at a Danish before, but I've never heard, they said something about you could get sourdough, like chocolate chip sourdough cookies.
I'd try it.
I would try it just
you would.
To see.
I would even pay a $2 surcharge.
You know what? As long as it comes with a croissant. People are gonna hate this episode just because of croissant.
On behalf of what I read, my friend Chris, my friend Hugz, I would like to apologize to the entire country of Paris.
Country of Paris, that's true.
The country of France. I can't believe I just did that.
Country of Paris.
Oh man.
The continent of France. And the planet of Europe.
And the planet of Europe. I can't believe I just did the country of Paris.
You turned yourself into a real croissant there.
That was a croissant if I've ever
You really quassed it up. Okay, thank you for watching What I Read. Let us know what you read in the comments down below, and would be interested to check out some of these stories maybe that you're finding on Reddit, or some news stories that you're finding you want us to check out. And I'm excited to get some stories from you guys, maybe in the upcoming weeks as well. I know normally I'm grabbing all these from Reddit, stuff that I find interesting, but I would like to get some outsourced stuff so we can get some, things that maybe you want our opinions on. But let us know what you thought. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Paris is a city.